When you start building your real estate empire, you're often starting with the end in mind of where you want to go. Really quickly, as you start growing your portfolio and building that empire, you start to realize that where you thought you wanted to go is not where you're going. It's important to start on the right foot. When I first started in real estate, buying properties, I had the idea that I would make a couple $100 per property. And over time, that cash flow would grow and I get debt pay down. And someday, after 30 years, I would have that house and other houses paid off. What I didn't realize at the time was the way that I imagined buying real estate is the way that a lot of people imagine buying stock. And that's good for a lot of people, but it's also bad for a lot of people. I call real estate investing passive active income. Because guess what? Every day you're going to have some type of surprise. And that's okay. That's part of it. I manage all of my own units for the most part. I have just a handful of units that I don't manage. Out of 170 plus 180 properties and rental doors, I have about 180 rental doors. 9 of them I do not manage. And I'm always dealing with renovations. I'm always dealing with different issues. The issue today was a sewer main being clogged and it affected 3 of my tenants. That creates some urgency. That definitely creates some urgency when you got people saying, I can't use my toilet. I can't use my shower. It's backing up. It's gross. That happens sometimes. You got to have thick skin. I push my tenants to go and communicate through our property management software. They message me. I block them. Go to the software. Call our office. Don't text me. It will get taken care of faster if you're not texting me. One of the tenants today said, hey, you're going to have to pay for my subfloor. I took a deep breath and I said, nothing. These things happen. Properties have issues. If it's not a sewer blocking up or a toilet blocking up, it's a light bulb that's gone out. It's a smoke alarm that's chirping. One thing or another, constantly there will be something. And it's important to understand that because you're a real estate professional or because you're a real estate investor or you want to be one, if you get your hands into these deals, the opportunities are endless. There are so many operators who are aging out of this business right now. They're aging out. They don't want their properties anymore and their kids don't want them. And they're having a hard time selling them. So somebody who is young or eager or has energy, no matter what age you are, it's a huge opportunity. Cody Sanchez talks about people buying businesses, but you are surrounded by single family homes, condos, townhomes, duplexes, triplexes, fourplexes, fiveplexes, and on and on and on. Mobile home parks, RV parks, motels, hotels. There's all of these properties and they just need a good operator. They need somebody who cares about it. And that could be you. You could be the person who cares about somebody's property. In 2020, I purchased a small mobile home park. When I bought that mobile home park, it was making $5,600 a month in gross rents. My mortgage payment that I negotiated was $3,000, and after everything was said and done, I made about $500 a month. It made it very difficult to invest in the property to make improvements, but slowly but surely, I made those improvements. Slowly. I had 2 RVs in there and I got them out of the park and I brought in homes. They were older homes. And I had a 3-bedroom and a 2-bedroom. And I had people that were bidding against each other to rent the 3-bedroom. And that's what I realized. In that moment, I realized that the rents were very low. I rented out the 3-bedroom for $1,700 a month and I rented out the 2-bedroom for just over $1,500 a month. Now, we don't talk about that a lot, but those 2 payments, this is a 10-unit park. Those 2 payments covered more than my mortgage. And what I realized in that moment was this park, this mobile home park, had so much more potential than where it was at. So over time, over about 6 years, we made improvements. I got a grant from the government and they made an improvement to the water system because the whole reason the seller sold it to me was I was willing to fix this problem. It was on a well, and because it was on a well and it serviced so many homes, it had to be a public drinking water company. So that public drinking water company that I owned was working to get that well to compliance. At the same time, we were working on qualifying for a grant. When the funds were available, we ended up getting the grant and it was forgiven. We got a brand new asphalt poured. We got new water lines in. I was able to pass on the water bills to all the tenants and they got fresh, clean water right from the city. No more expenses taking care of the well, no more small electricity bill for the pump. And in a matter of 5.5 years, the park went from bringing in $5,600 a month to $18,200 a month. And that's when I realized that if somebody's willing to go in, get your hands dirty a little bit, more than once I went out there and cleaned up trash, right? But if you start making those improvements, the tenants start realizing it and the tenants start taking better care. That is the secret sauce to all of this with these multifamily properties is you start making improvements and the tenants start caring more. They start caring more because you cared more than the last owner. So, I think it's important that as real estate investors, we have a standard. I don't buy properties to sit on them. I buy properties to improve them. I buy properties to make them better. I buy properties to fill vacancies. I buy properties to increase habitability. I buy these properties to build my portfolio, my empire with real estate that I can be proud of. I'm providing homes to people that would not be able to live there otherwise. We do that because we really care about what we control. But the other side of that is that creates financial freedom. Don't put yourself in a position where you don't take care of your properties. You're just trying to squeeze out every dime. Reinvest for years, improve the property. And then when everything is said and done at the end, your portfolio will be more valuable, your empire will grow faster, and you will provide better homes, safer homes, and you will make the community look better around you. Make the community look better today and do it for tomorrow.